Good morning. How's it feeling? It's almost the end of August, you guys. It's almost September right now. And I'm super excited because we are starting Monday together, and Monday is the favorite time of the week for me because Monday is going to set the tone for this whole week. End out your August, start your September. We're officially approaching the fourth quarter of 2016. So you guys don't have to be those people that just start putting off dreams to 2017. You guys are working on your 2017 right now. I'm clear that 2017 already started because you're planting seeds right now in your growth, in your life, in your people you're helping as an Herbalife member, and the people you're inspiring in your life by who you're becoming. That starts right now. People are already thinking about the winter because we're ending summer. You guys are already thinking about a new year and opportunity. So I'm fired up. We got a great video for you guys today on Triple M, Monday Morning Motivation. Roxy and Aubrey here. We got Bishop T.D. Jakes. And Bishop T.D. Jakes, he has a mega church out in Texas, I believe, and he's a great, great mind. And I just love the way he speaks with so much passion. So today he's going to be talking about what God is preparing you for. And whether you're a Christian or not, whether you believe in a higher power or not, I think that you believe that things happen for a reason. And that's really what he's talking about, is that the things, the circumstances and situations that you find yourself in are purposeful. And if you believe that they are purposeful, I think that'll serve you more than if you believe they're just random. So that's what we're going to be talking about. What is God creating through circumstances, situation? What is the universe creating through circumstances, situation, and what is it taking you to? What level in your life is it creating you and preparing you for? So without further ado, let's get my man Bishop T.D. Jakes on the call. What up, T.D. Jakes? I call him. What up, T.D.? No, I don't. What up, my bro? What up, Jakes? All that good stuff. All right, let's get it.
I thought he was making it up as he went. That's why I prayed, so he could make it up my way. I prayed to abort the process. I prayed to speed it up. I prayed to get out of things that he wanted me to stay into. I prayed that I wouldn't have to endure some things that he wanted me to endure. I was working on the destination, but he was working on me. And sometimes he made me wait. He made me slow down and said, no, you skipped that step. Go back. Go back and do that again. If you skipped it with Jimmy, I'm going to send it back with Freddie. If you skipped it with Willie, you're going to have to go through it with Roger. If you skipped it with Sally, you're going to go through it with Susie, because all of these are tools that I'm using to work on you. I'm not preparing the blessing for you. I'm preparing you for the blessing. The blessing is already prepared. Oh my God. The blessing is already prepared. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things that God hath prepared for them that love it. Did you know your blessing is already ready? That is already in place, that God isn't fixing it up right now. It's already done, that the work doesn't have to be applied to where you're going. The work has to be applied to you so that when you get where you're going, you can handle what you gotta handle. And so, God, help me preach the steps, the steps, the steps. Touch three people and say, the steps, the steps, the steps. You wanted a good husband, but you wasn't a good wife. You wanted children, but you wasn't a good parent. You wanted a good wife, but you wasn't a good man. And anytime you get anything too soon, you will trip on the steps. So God puts us in process and orders steps. He does it by steps. Does everything by steps. Does everything by steps. Some young pastor had gotten a hold to some of our materials that we disseminate behind the scenes for our conferences, and they said, Everything is regimented. At 7 o'clock, the lights go up. At 7:01, the praise singers sing. At 7:15, it's in the hands of so-and-so. And they were amazed because they were used to going to a church that had no steps. I explained to them when you don't have much to manage, you can do it haphazardly. You can just call Sister Agnes out of the crowd and say, I see Agnes has come in the building, let's have Agnes come sing a solo. But when you have something massive to run, you can't run it in a haphazard way. Your structure has to be different. Your order has to be different. You can't move spontaneously. You have to move a little methodically and mechanically so that you are prepared to handle it. You can't drive an 18-wheeler like you drive a Volkswagen. You can make a sudden turn in a VW, but if you're driving an 18-wheeler, you got to think before you get to the turn and start shifting down and moving into position so that when you get to the turn, you are positioned to make the right turn. And if you weren't going to do much, God could jerk you quickly. But to him whom much is given, much is required. And you have to go through the process to get everything lined up. Yes, you can handle it, but can your children handle it? Yes, you can handle it, but can your spouse handle it? Yes, you can handle it, but do you have the right friends for where you're trying to go? There has to be some adjustments on the steps before you get to the stage. You can't get to this stage without steps. The steps of a good man are ordered.
All right, you guys, that was part one, and then I've got it's a two-part video today. So they go hand in hand. The next video, because they were a little bit shorter, so I put them together. The next video is right. There you go. So this is where he's talking about what are the points of the levels that you're going through. You know, what are the point of the difficulties that you're facing? And I feel like I really love the way he talks about the purpose of the challenge at each step is for a greater purpose for you. And it's really what makes it happen.
Much is required. And so the more that is placed into your hands, the more you have to be able to handle and deal with and to be able to manage it. And I want to say something to you, to those of you, all of us are leaders in some way. All of us are leaders, whether you're leading your children or whether you're leading your family or just leading yourself. Sometimes it's hard to get yourself to act right. But as we go up in levels of leadership and we begin to develop more responsibility, we also begin to embrace more pressure and more problems and more adversity, and new levels bring new devils, bring new challenges, bring new opportunities, more of everything. Somebody just say more of everything. So when you are where you are right now and you say, I can't take this, I can't handle this, I don't want it anymore, this is driving me crazy, you are saying, I don't want to go any higher. You are rejecting the call to move forward, because moving forward and moving up means more problems. In fact, the problems that you're dealing with right now may be the fact that you are in training for the next level of leadership. If you don't let it break you, if you don't let it destroy you, if you don't whip out and let it beat you down, if you just master the situation, refuse to be intimidated, and learn how to manage the stress on the next level, then doors swing open. There's this magical thing about life, and I believe it's divinely inspired. You know how you go to the grocery store and you stand at a certain spot, you haven't even gotten to the door yet, but when you get in close proximity, the doors start opening. When you can stand on a level of life where you're dealing with opposition and pressure and turmoil and take a licking and keep on ticking, and it might have stressed you out, you might have felt the pressure, you might have felt like breaking, but you didn't break, doors just start opening up for you to go to the next level. I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, because when I start talking about dealing with conflict, all of the conflict is not external conflict. Some of it is internal conflict. Because when you come from back there and you start moving up further and further and further, and every step you take takes you to a different level of life and living, sometimes your life is moving faster than your mentality. You can have the best you dreamed about, the position you wanted, the ministry you wanted, the opportunity you wanted, and everything moved up except your perception of yourself. Are you following what I'm saying to you? And we're going to share some things that I believe will prepare you for the next move. And I want you to understand something, that when God begins to move you along in life, it's not an elevator. It's a step-by-step process. So many people attempt to move forward in a rapid motion. They want to go from midnight to morning. They want to go from the basement to the presidential suite in one step. That's not what you want. You don't want to take the elevator, because if you take the elevator and you get it too fast, you can't handle it. You can't handle it. Oh, I know you want the money, but you can't handle the pressure and the problems and the conflict and the criticism and the opposition. And so God has designed it that you would move along in steps, in stages, not too fast. And every time you take a step, you have to kind of balance yourself and get used to this level of opposition, this level of controversy, this level of conflict, this level of criticism, because, again, that's what they're paying you for, is managing trouble. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? And just as soon as you get it all down pat, and you've mastered it, and you say, good, I'm comfortable now, this is now my new normal, I'm okay with it, then all of a sudden you take another step. You're back in a situation where you're learning again, and you're being hit in places you never expected to be hit before, and you're dealing with life on another level. And that happens whether you're in a corporation, whether you're in a church, or whether you're a family and you just had another child. Every time you have a child, new conflict, new problems, new things to deal with, more to manage, more to handle. You just got used to having one, you come back from the doctor, now you're getting ready to have two. Everything's got to shift, everything's got to move. Everything you learned about the first child doesn't work on the second child. Come on, somebody knows what I'm talking about. But God is so gracious, because he leads you along in steps and stages. And periodically, he will stop the process, allow you to evaluate where you are, to better understand where you are, and put you in a position that you can deal with your heart and mind and emotions that may still be back there where you started. And people are jealous of you and envious of you and fighting you, and they don't understand that you still perceive yourself as if you were where you started. But the steps of the Lord are leading you higher and higher and further and further and further than you've ever been before. Touch somebody and say, take another step.
Take another step.
There's another step waiting for you. There's another dimension of life, another dimension of leadership, another dimension of problems, another dimension of conflict, another dimension of faith and finances and family and all of that. And if you don't break, and if you don't bow, and if you don't quit, and if you can maintain your faith in the middle of conflict and opposition, if you can neutralize controversy and learn how to take a licking, keep on ticking, keep your mind together, keep your wits about you, then God has ordered steps for you. And I want to tell you something. Your eyes have not seen, your ears have not heard the things that God has in store for you. He has a blessing for you. He has a promise for you. And all you have to do is stop complaining about where you are. Because when you complain about where you are, you do like Israel. You wander around the wilderness because you're not eligible to make the promotion, because you're grumbling about the level you're on right now. You are canceling out the opportunity to go to the next level. If you stop murmuring and complaining and say, I thank you for this conflict. I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for this controversy. I thank you for this training. I thank you for this opposition. I thank you for this enemy. Order my steps, Lord. Order my steps. Get me ready. I trust you. You wouldn't lead me into this position if you had not equipped me with everything I need for where I am right now. Are you ready for this? Touch 3 people and say, take another step. Take another step.
Take another step.
Take another step. Take another step. Take another step. Take another step. Take another step. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Don't bow. Don't break.
All right, you guys. So love that video. It was kind of a 2-part on today's, and I just really love the message of it because it made sense to me, just personally, on the purpose behind the challenge. Because I don't know about you guys, but I feel challenged. I felt challenged all my life, like I'm sure you guys have. And to understand the purpose behind the challenge made me appreciate the challenge. So let me give you guys a few of my biggest takeaways. New levels, new devils. And when you say it's too much, I can't do it, and you get overwhelmed, what you're really saying is, now I'm not ready to go to the next level. And I really didn't understand that until you said that, because the challenges that I've been facing were actually the training ground for the new me to get, remember what he said your blessing, your dreams, your greatest things in your life are already there. Just think about it. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know about you guys, our 2020 vision, Metropolis home, high rise, M6, BMW, and a white G-Wagon. You know, those things are already there. Full-time Herbalife. Herbalife is already there. President's team is already there. So it's not like our blessings have to be made. They're already there. It's like we are in preparation to get to them. We are in preparation to attract them. We are in preparation to be ready for them. And that blew my mind, because that means that you're going towards it. And sometimes in the past, I would think maybe challenges meant that I wasn't going. Maybe I was on the wrong path. But challenges actually mean you're on the right path. Because if there are no challenges, that means there's no elevation in you, which means you're not getting ready for anything, which means no new level. So I really remember that. For me, that just gives me insight into when I feel like maybe I'm overwhelmed, or I feel like it's too much. Am I saying I feel like I don't deserve that next thing? Maybe that thing I've always said I wanted. Am I saying no to it when I thought I wanted it so bad just because it got a little tough? And is it worth it to go through this for me? If I say I want that, because I'm not going through the challenge just for the challenge. This is what we talk to clients about all the time. You're not doing sit-ups because you like the way sit-ups feel when you bring your elbows up to your knees. You do sit-ups to look and feel great along with your Herbalife, for the confidence, for the way you feel in those clothes, for the way it feels when you walk into your job or to your house or to your old work and people say, damn, you look amazing. And when you focus on that, the burn of the sit-ups, the having your shake 2 minutes to prepare it in the morning is nothing. But when you only focus on the burn, and I got to have this shake and I can't have my maple donut, of course, if you think it's just to do it, of course you're not going to do it. I'm not going to make a shake in the morning just to make a shake because I like the way the blender sounds. But if I remember that these are my access points to the new level, new blessings, then it's easy. And really, that really made me understand the process of leveling up so much better. And then next one I'll give you up. Growth is not an elevator. You must take steps. Because he said, even if you tried to take the elevator, you wouldn't be ready. And he said, you might be ready for the money, but you're not ready for what the money will bring. We've all heard of people who made massive amounts of money real quick, and then they have tragedy after. Why? Is it a lottery winner? Is it somebody who comes into a big inheritance? Their mindset and personal development weren't ready for the challenges that level of income brings. The taxes, the people asking you for the money, the new bracket you're in, all these things that you have to deal with now that you didn't level up. I thought about that when he said that. I was like, dang, that makes sense. I wouldn't go into the gym and try to hit 500 pounds on the bench press if I've never done 100 pounds. Because maybe I'm ready for the image of, yo, I just did 500 pounds. I'm ready for that image. I'm ready to tell my boys. I'm ready to post that picture on Snapchat. But am I ready for when that bar comes down on my chest? That challenge, I'm probably not ready for it if I haven't worked on 100, 200, 300, and 400. Because there's parts of the process that are preparing me for that 500. That if I try to skip, I'm just not ready for it. And that made me understand that it's steps. And that the steps are preparing in you, the person required to handle the blessings and the levels and the new devils in the levels. So I really love this. I hope you guys got value too. Here, Rox, what you got?
I'm going to do mine super short so we can get more people to share. Some of my best takeaways were, I love when he was talking about in life, like we have to be willing to make the adjustments, you know, and he's like, in anything in life, you have to take the steps before you even get to the stage. You know, anytime you're going to be on a stage, there's like steps. And again, it goes back to the elevator thing that Aubrey was just talking about. You know, sometimes we want things to just happen for us, but if they were to happen for us, would we be ready for all of those blessings? So that for me was really, really big, because now it's just like a bigger appreciation inside all of the things that happen along your journey to get to where it is that you want. So I really, really love that. And then another one that I really liked was when he was talking about towards the end, gratitude over all of everything. Like, thank you for the adversity. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. And like, the more that you're grateful, whether things are good or things are bad, you know that God wouldn't give you the things if you didn't have the willpower inside of you to overcome those things. Because everything is inside you, and every single person is granted their own journey and their own struggles, but in order for you to grow inside of what it is that you need to grow. So those are my biggest takeaways.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. God wouldn't send you through any challenges you weren't prepared and equipped for. I really love that one. Let's get 1 to 2 shares. Who's excited? Give me a big smile or a thumbs up if you're excited to share your takeaway on the call. Let me see some smiles.
Or just unmute.
Or just unmute if you can see me. Or a thumbs up. Let's get it. Everybody's in deep thought right now. Let's get it. All right, let's get it, Jack.
Okay, wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah, where you calling from?
This is Jack from Philly. I'm on the night.
Let's get it, Jack from Philly.
Yes. Okay, so I so appreciate this call. My takeaway is, because I am going through challenge after challenge, it helped me to understand that God is preparing me for, like, as you said, the next step. There's no way I can get to the next level in the marketing plan without going through these challenges. Because as you said, you don't want to get success so early and then lose it all because you weren't ready for it. So I'm appreciating every challenge that comes my way. I look at it completely different now. There are steps before every stage. Thank you. Yes.
Let's get it, Jack from Philly. Love it. Preparing you to be ready for the blessings of the new level. I love that. Awesome. Excited. I love it. Calling from Philly, Jack. Let's get it. All right, let's get one more share. Give me a smile. Give me a thumbs up. A lot of people are at work, putting in that work. Let's get it. All right, you guys. I think everybody else is at work, putting in work, unless you can share real quick. Pam. Oh, we got Pam. Fit Mama Ghost, what'd you take away? You're unmuted. Can you hear us? Go ahead and talk. I unmuted you.
She may have to, it's her audio.
Oh, no, you're not connected. Are you connected? Because we can't hear you. Press the little microphone button. You might have to try to talk it to the microphone button. All right, Pam is fixing that. You guys, we had an epic call today. If Pam can get it fixed, we'll get one more share. Pam, can you hear us? No, I think our audio is still not working. We'll get it next time. But thank you guys so much. It's been an epic Monday. I know a lot of people are at work today. Thank you guys for still tuning in at work, still getting your Monday morning motivation on. I'm excited. This is one of our biggest calls. We're continuing to grow every week, and that's because we all share and invite to this to start our week strong. So super excited for you guys. Hope you guys have a great fourth quarter of August as we're going into September. Remember, Roxy's 4-week glute program is still available. My Gains Approved program is in its last week of early registration. If you're trying to learn how to put on healthy weight and you know somebody that wants to put on healthy weight, if you're watching this live or watching the recording, reach out and we can get you guys in the best shape of your life with our training program. It's all about the exercise in the gym that are going to get you to your amazing results. And if you're tuning on this and you're working with your Herbalife member already, get that nutrition program from them and then get on these results with the training, because this mixed with the guns, remember the 500 pounds on the bench press, you might be ready for that with these steps. So let's get it, you guys. Adios. Have a great one. I'm going to unmute everybody real quick. Have a great one. Adios. Peace.
Thank you.
I know you guys can't scream at work. I know. Peace. Adios, y'all.